On today's live session, we will be talking with Charles Salyers and company about applying to Radford, visiting campus, applying for financial aid, and the various campus resources at your disposal. Make sure to check us out on social media and stay updated on the most current Radford news and information.
Well, hello and welcome to Russell Hall. My name's Charles Salyers and this is Sky Heasley. We're both admissions counselors. We both work in the Office of Admissions. We're two of plenty. There's a lot of team that goes into making students' dreams happen here at Radford University. So we're really just excited to engage with you. One of the big things that everybody's talking about Radford University is the Highlander family, that community on campus, and we want to meet you where you're at. So we want to kick off some video sessions that we're going to be doing this spring for our students, and we want to start using that hashtag Radford 2023. The class of 2023 is going to start here this fall, and we want to start building that Highlander family and letting you experience it. So make sure that you're following all of us on social media. Our individual counselors have profiles, but the admissions office is Ready for Radford, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So you can definitely stay up to date with those next steps, really getting engaged in the enrollment process. But also don't forget about all the other social media accounts on campus. So we have Radford U on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and that's an incredible way to see the campus as a whole. But there's also athletics, different clubs, different organizations. So if you're savvy with social media, there's a lot of ways to experience and engage with Radford right at home before you get to visit campus, because we're going to talk about that as well.
So one reminder we just want to give everybody is that February 1st is quickly approaching. I can't believe it's almost February. But that is our regular decision deadline for our application. So we are encouraging you guys to apply. It's never too late. Even though February 1st is our regular decision deadline, you can still continue to apply on a rolling basis. It's just more about priority and preference at that point. But it is free. That's the key word. We love throwing that out there. It's a free application, so we don't need to give you a waiver code or anything like that. We are on the Common App this year, so we're pretty excited to have the Common App be a part of our Radford family. But we also have our own Radford application. If you just go to radford.edu/apply, you'll be able to complete our free application on there as well. And we don't have a preference in our office. It's just kind of whatever's easier for you.
And it's mobile ready. I know the Common App as well as ours is mobile ready. Yep. So if you're looking to apply on your phone, you got a long trip, you can probably complete that application before you get to the destination.
Yeah, it takes about 15 minutes, I think, to do it from start to finish. So to kind of go along with that, as Charles mentioned, like we just want to meet you guys where you're at, no matter what part of the process that is. So if you have not applied yet, you are considered a prospective student for us. If you're viewing this video, then obviously there's some kind of interest in Radford some way. But we do encourage you to complete the application. All we need with the application is your transcript and your test scores. If you want to send us a letter of recommendation or a counselor letter or a personal statement, you can do that as well. They're not mandatory. But we also will definitely encourage you guys to visit campus. We do have a virtual tour online, so if you can't get down to Radford, I know for me, I recruit DC and the Tidewater region, so my students are at least 4 to 5 hours away at the minimum. So sometimes it's hard to shoot down here for a day. You want to stay for a weekend, and you have to kind of plan it into your schedule. So the virtual tour is kind of what we recommend in the meantime. You can look through buildings, look around campus, so it is pretty cool. And then lastly, for prospective students, even if you haven't applied to Radford yet, if you're applying to any school, you should consider filling out the FAFSA. The FAFSA is free, and if you go to a website and it asks you to pay to complete your FAFSA, don't do that. FAFSA.gov will never prompt you to pay to complete it. It's a free website. So, and for admitted students, FAFSA is still very important. You're gonna hear us say FAFSA probably the whole rest of the semester up until you get here. So FAFSA, you want to fill that out. As you're admitted, you'll be able to get your financial aid package, and so you can kind of look through that, see what Radford has to offer you, from scholarships to grants to loans. Those will be different depending on what school you apply to. Sometimes they look pretty similar across the board, but make sure you definitely analyze each one of your FAFSA packages from each school that you apply to. And then for admitted students, we again are going to encourage you to visit. Most of the time you probably have visited if you're admitted and you've applied to Radford. If you haven't, that's certainly okay too. In the spring, we have Highlander Days. Those are admitted student open houses. It's a lot of fun. Probably our
I'm ready
most
for
fun
'em.
times on campus in our office for sure. We have 4 of those this spring coming up. If you go to radford.edu/admitted, all of the dates are there as well as registration links. So again, it's free for you to come down. We love the word free in our office. It's free for you to come down. It's about a half-day long open house. You get to meet professors. You get to meet current students that attend Radford. You get to see real residence halls and kind of see what the rooms look like. That's the biggest question, is what's one room going to look like? You can meet other admitted students. So it does give you a different perspective as far as visiting campus. So if you visited before in the fall, like I know I did that when I looked at Radford. When I came back for Highlander Days in the spring, you have a different lens on your process because you're walking around campus. You're like, do I see myself going here for the next 4 years? So it's definitely a unique time, and it's one of the most special days to us, I think. We also have a game room social, which is one of my favorite parts of the day, kind of the more fun aspect. You get to engage with other admitted students and play pool. You get to play bowling and all that fun stuff. And then the last step, kind of, if you're admitted and you're just kind of hanging out, you're making your decision, once you decide that you want to attend Radford, the last thing for you to do is deposit. So our deposit is $400. It's $200 for tuition and fees, and then $200 for room and board. That will secure your spot in our class of Radford 2023. So that's exciting. And once you do your deposit, you are a Radford student fully. So you can say that you attend Radford, all those fun things. But once you do your deposit, that's what's going to open you up to be able to apply for housing and register for our orientation, which we call Quest on campus. Another fun time to come down. Orientation is mandatory, which we'll get into that, and I think in a future video. But those applications and registrations should open around February 1st. So if you have your deposit paid by February 1st, you can go ahead and log in, select your roommate, all of that stuff right in your housing application as well.
Yeah, so those 2 applications that open on February 1st is definitely a big point for a lot of our students. We have a lot of students that have been ready for Radford, not only just this year, but they were on this campus as freshmen and sophomores in high school. So they're really ready for those applications to open. But as you probably heard from us right there, is there's a lot of stuff for everyone to be doing and participating in Radford University throughout whatever part of the process you are in your college search. So engaging with faculty and staff and current students is a big part of that. We are your main connection at Radford in the Office of Admissions. So when you're looking to find out more about financial aid or find out about career services, or maybe you're a legacy and alumni, we are incredible resources to make you that connection and to further your engagement with our campus. Because you want to take advantage of the additional resources that are available to students that come along with that application. So it's not just getting that decision. There's a lot of other things and people on this campus ready to help you through that process, especially financial aid. We've already talked about the FAFSA multiple times, and that is the opportunity for you to get a federal aid package and to get assistance. It's important for you no matter what status to fill that out. We even have FAFSA Fridays in the financial aid office, so we have opportunities for you to walk in and gain access to understanding your financial aid package. There are awards, loans, scholarships, different types of packages that are out there, and so we are here to explain those to you. There's even the verification process that a lot of students go through, and it's pretty simple, a couple forms that just checks off that list so we can push through your FAFSA and get you that package even sooner. So definitely if that comes up, we're here to help you get through that process. We're hanging out right now actually in one of the alumni spaces. Welcome home to alumni and family and friends. The Highlander family is something that we cherish here. Now we're over 40% first generation students, so we have a lot of students that are starting their first family trip, family journey through college, and they have a lot of support from the Highlander family with that. But we also have decades and generations of families that have been coming to Radford for a long time, and so we recognize those as legacies. And not only are you able to engage with current students and faculty, but our alumni network, get the opportunity to talk to a current student interested in your major, get the opportunity to talk to a faculty or a professor that teaches and leads that major. But then also, why don't you take the opportunity to talk with someone who's actually being successful and is hands-on in that career right now? That's three perspectives that can set you up for success as a student and after graduation. So you really want to connect with alumni, and if you want to do that, you can do that through your counselors here at Radford. We have a lot of resources. In addition to that, you're probably wondering, college, what's next? What's after that? So Career Services starts working with you day one. They're located here in Russell Hall as well, up on the 3rd floor, working for students. The 2017 graduating class, 83% of those graduates had jobs in their major field within 6 months. So that's an incredible statistic, and our students are graduating and they're finding success in those career fields. So why not start on day one? And we also have our Center for Accessibility Services, shortened, people around campus might call it CAS, but this is just where you're going to transfer any accommodations that you might have seeked out and as a student in high school, but you're going to apply those at the college level. And then, we also have residential life and new student family programs. We're going to talk more after the applications open about on-campus housing, that actual application process, as well as about residential life. I mean, we have 15 residence halls on campus. All are renovated, and every room has utilities, cable, and internet. 13 dining locations, so you won't go hungry. You'll be sleeping comfortably. And we even have living and learning communities on campus, so students can actually join a part of a specific community in their living situation. So we have like the community of artists, the community of makers, the schoolhouse community, just to name a few. And then our Quest orientation application, we'll talk more about that, but that is an incredible opportunity for you to learn the ins and outs of Radford. So you're going to learn stuff every time you engage in a video, you click on a link on our website, or you visit campus, but you're going to know that it's a fact and that you're going to be set up for success when you leave our orientation program. And New Student Family Programs is also a part of our 1-credit transition course that's really popular, once again, to help students engage and fully find that success their first semester here at Radford. So we have given you all a lot of information to think about. There's a lot of videos that are coming in the future, so definitely tune in, ask questions. You can throw those in the comments at any time. If you're watching this live or if you're catching this later, we are on the other side of the social media at all times and can answer those questions. But we want to make sure you all know that it's not just us. We have a whole office. Not even everyone's in the office, but over the next 2 weeks, we are going to be promoting and giving you access to a spotlight each day of understanding each of our counselors and knowing who they are, where they recruit. And so maybe if we haven't called you or you haven't received that text or email from us, that might get you in the loop and wanting to contact us on your own, because we're definitely here to have that conversation, start that conversation, and now we're going to end this conversation with some words from the entire team. So thank you for tuning in.
Are you ready for Radford?
Let's go Highlanders!